Well, the grill is fired up, and so am I, because I'm with Nikki Gardner. She's from artandlemons.com to make grilled Portobello mushroom sandwiches.
That's right. I'm so
meat-free.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. It's such a beautiful day out, and what better day to grill? So all the ingredients that we're going to use today, you can get at Whole Foods Market in Hadley. And so we'll start with the Portobello mushrooms. So we've got 4 good gigantic mushrooms.
Yeah, they're
here.
big. Yeah, they're definitely big ones. Okay.
And so what we want to do to prepare them is just take a damp cloth, which we have here, and you just gently wipe off the top.
Okay.
So you actually don't need to wash them underwater. This preserves a little bit more of the mushroom's integrity and flavor, so you can just kind of go around the edges like that.
Okay. Are you just trying to get the dirt off and the residue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, yeah.
All right.
And then we're going to take the stems, and you can either gently pop them off like that, or you can use a knife. Either way.
Oh, pop it. That's more fun.
Right.
Okay.
And the stems you can save and use for broth or gravy or sauces. So these work well.
Okay.
In future uses. And then you want to pick mushrooms that are firm and kind of a light brown in color. And then the gills inside are kind of a little bit flexible. So you don't want them, you don't want them mushy or anything like that.
All right, now we know what to look for when we go to choose our mushrooms. This is important stuff, Nikki.
It is important stuff. And we can leave the gills on because they're going to retain the moisture and the flavor.
Okay.
So we're going to make little slits, and you can use them on the underside or the top side. And we're going to stuff the little slits with little slivers of garlic that we've already cut up. So do you want to put some slivers in?
Never done this before.
And so it just gives it a little flavor, extra flavor boost. And what you can also do is put some fresh herbs in as well. But since we have 2 sauces coming up later in the show, we're just going to stick with just the garlic.
Oh, okay, we're going to have some more, add some more flavor later.
Yes.
All right. So now, how do you?
I know you kind of have to wedge.
I got it.
So you kind of have to stuff and wedge. Do you need the knife?
Know what it is? I'm afraid to break the mushroom, but like you said, you pick a nice firm mushroom. No, check that out, Nikki.
Yeah, that's great. Excellent.
Right?
You're doing better than me.
No, you're a good teacher. That's why. I'm getting it figured out. Okay. And then you could also stuff fresh herbs in there as well?
Yeah, so you could put some thyme in, you could put some rosemary. A heartier herb is probably a little bit easier since we're grilling it, but
okay. Now once that's done,
so once that's done, we're going to put them on the tray.
Okay.
And we're just going to put a little bit of olive oil and olive oil and balsamic vinegar on them. So do you want to brush?
I would love to brush.
Thank you.
Just let me know, if I'm doing it wrong. Don't be afraid to
just get them
hurt my feelings.
Okay.
Oh, I'll bring this over here with me. Hey, while I'm doing this, Nikki, congratulations.
Oh,
You've got a bun in the oven.
I do, yep.
Is she not the cutest pregnant lady you've ever seen? Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. All right, how am I brushing?
Great, that looks terrific.
Keep on going?
Keep going. So we want to give it a good, ample supply of brushing. So we've got 1/3 of a cup of balsamic vinegar and 1/3 of a cup of olive oil in our little marinade.
Okay.
And we're going to salt and pepper them. I'm just going to come around to the side.
Of course, we'll just trade places.
I'm going to salt and pepper them separately. So we'll just give them a little smush of salt.
Okay.
And a little swirl of pepper. And we're going to brush them on both sides.
Okay. So
we're just going to flip these guys real quick.
I'm really into this.
And brush.
Well, now you're an artist and a cook, and so this really, I do kind of feel like, stuffing the garlic and the slits, I feel like I am creating a work of art, to be honest.
Yeah, it's very tactile and hands-on, and it's a lot of fun to do. And they're very meaty, so to speak, these mushrooms.
All right, now what's the next step, Nikki?
So now we're going to throw them on the grill.
All right, now I'm going to step away. I have hairspray in my hair, and I'm afraid it might go up in flames. So I'm going to switch places with you. No, there's some heat coming off of there, so we'll switch places. I'll let you do that.
Okay, so we're going to put them gill side up to start, and the grill's on high. And we're going to give them about 3 to 6 minutes per side.
All right.
We're going to give them a little extra.
Oh, here you go. Want some more of that?
Thank you.
All right, and we'll let those cook. Now we've got some the sauces that we're going to make later on in the show.
Yes, we have a sun-dried tomato paste and a basil aioli.
Oh my goodness. Don't go anywhere. You're going to want to know how to make those. We'll keep grilling, Nikki.
Thanks.
Welcome back to Mass Appeal, everybody. Gorgeous day, so we came back outside to finish up.
With gorgeous Nikki Gardner, we are grilling up some grilled, well, of course they're grilled, Portobello mushroom sandwiches, right?
Yes,
and just grill it.
You gotta grill it.
They're ready.
So how long were those on the grill for? Because I missed this earlier.
Well, ideally, it's about 3 to 6 minutes per side.
And you know when they're done, when they resemble those that you have there pretty much.
Yes, and you want to take your tongs and go right in the center where the stems were and give them a little squish, and they'll give back a little bit of juice.
Oh.
So, Nikki, my question for you is some of the guys earlier, they were talking, they're saying, oh, Portobello burgers, you got to have meat on the grill. If you're going to get on the grill, you got to do it right. Do those have a meat consistency? Do they fill you up?
Yes.
See, I knew it. I knew it. All right.
Kind of, you know, they're not steak, but
But they're pretty close.
They're the vegetable version of steak.
Yeah,
you can go there.
exactly.
It's fine by me.
It's a burger.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
It's a Portobello mushroom. Yeah. All right, so now what are we going to make now?
So we're going to make a sun-dried tomato paste, which is kind of like a little spiced ketchup, and a basil aioli, which is a French mayonnaise with garlic and basil.
Very cool.
So we're going to start with the sun-dried tomato paste with the food processor. So we have about 10 sun-dried tomatoes.
How do you make sun-dried tomatoes? I've only ever bought them.
Well, you can get them in the jar, which is probably how you've gotten them.
Yes.
And they usually have herbs in them like thyme or oregano or basil or a mixture. And you can also dehydrate. Well, they're dehydrated, and then you can rehydrate them.
So maybe in an oven or something like that might work?
Or you can get them in the bulk section that are dehydrated.
Oh,
and you pour
rehydrate
some
them.
boiling water over them, rehydrate them, and you can stick them in some oil.
Now I got you.
And put some herbs in if you want. So we're going to put half teaspoon of sugar, just
Okay.
to cut the acidity a tiny bit. And we're going to put seeded jalapeno pepper with the membranes out too. So we're just going to take out a lot of that heat. If you like the heat, you could keep it in.
And that's the seeds. The heat lies in the seeds. Is
And
that
the
right?
membranes.
And the membranes too. Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And we're going to take 2 cloves of chopped garlic and a
Okay.
teaspoon of salt, and we're going to throw that in
Put
too.
it all in there. All
This
right.
smells good.
And just a little pinch of freshly ground black pepper.
And then we mix it all together?
Yes, and we're going to give it just a little pulse.
All
Go,
right.
Ashley.
I will press the button that says pulse.
Right.
And that is how we pulse.
And that is how we
You're
pulse.
learning so much today. Hey, by the way, Michelle, Ashley asked me this earlier. I've never met the Obama twins. I don't even know where you'd think I would meet the Obama twins. We don't hang out at the same places.
I just wondered if you ever met them.
So we have the ketchup-esque
Yes.
sauce. Now let's make the other sauce, the aioli.
So we're going to go for, we have about a cup of mayonnaise in here. We've got about 1/3 of a cup of fresh chopped basil.
Ooh, that
And
smells nice.
We've got 4 garlic cloves that are already.
Could you argue that
Yes.
aioli is kind of just a fancy mayonnaise?
Yes, you can argue that. And
It's mayonnaise
true.
with stuff in
It's
it.
true. Yeah, it's true.
No argument there.
I was gonna say.
So we're
right.
not really arguing. And on the note of the garlic, there's some salt in there that we've kind of made a garlic salt paste with. And so that's how that kind of gets nice and soft.
Okay.
And we're going to put a little lemon juice in, about a tablespoon.
Then you use fresh squeezed lemon.
Yes, I do.
And just whisk it up?
Yep, and then just whisk it up in that
Here, I'll
little
whisk
bowl.
for you.
Aioli, it's a little intimidating, that word.
Yes.
I have to be honest.
Yes.
But when you
Just
show
call
it,
it fancy mayonnaise.
Yeah,
Right,
it's just
you
fancy
break it
French
down?
mayonnaise. Yeah, no big
I
deal.
like it, Nikki. And now
So-
I just want to taste it.
Here
We
you go.
are going to plate these.
Oh, that's okay. I'll wait.
You sure?
I want the whole.
You gotta get the whole enchilada. You gotta
Yeah,
get
oh, yes.
the Portobello burger and the.
There's always a method to eating this.
We're going to put some sun-dried tomato paste on one side and the basil aioli on the other side.
I love how liberal.
Yeah,
Exactly,
We're,
yeah.
we're getting saucy today.
Getting saucy.
We're getting saucy.
Yeah, the more mayonnaise, the better.
And more
might not be
saucy, the
great
better.
for you, but it's so tasty.
Yeah, it's delicious. You have to go there.
So we have some. Now, what green is that you're
This
putting
is
on?
arugula
Arugula. Okay.
and tomato. And then we'll put one of our portobello mushrooms.
Any specific tomato you recommend? I know they have all different flavors and.
Just make sure it's ripe. And if you can get local tomatoes, that's the best.
Yes.
I wonder
agreed.
when it's because some tomatoes are starting to pop out. I think, but when do heirloom tomatoes come out? I haven't seen them yet, but
Yeah, I mean, generally around here, you're going to start to see them more into July and August.
they're pretty
So,
cool though.
yeah.
They're crazy looking. I love the
Yeah,
heirloom
they're
tomatoes.
really beautiful. They have so many colors.
And now look at this. Looks beautiful. Can we
Here we
cut
are.
it?
Cut it.
Sure.
Yo,
Cut
gotta
it.
cut into that.
Oh gosh, pressure. I'm not really good at cutting. Let's see.
It's okay, Ashley. Just literally need to move a knife across.
I'm on
Sandwich.
TV. Look at this. Aha. What do you think? I cut pretty good, Nikki.
looks
This is a
fabulous.
beautiful sandwich.
Nikki,
Thanks
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great to have you here. Now I
Yep,
just
thanks.
want to keep my eye on it.